my audience and myself are huge fans of your next project, your next sci-fi endeavor.
Yeah.
And I have to ask, was there any hesitation on your part to doing a sequel to a film that is so revered to so many people? So I just want to, were you nervous about that?
It's more than nervous. It's a deep fear. I mean, when I first of all, when I heard that Ridley Scott wanted to do another movie in the Blade Runner universe, I was saying my reaction is that it's a fantastic idea, but maybe a very bad idea. I mean, I'm among the hardcore fan of Blade Runner. Blade Runner is one of my favorite movie of all time. It's a movie that is linked with my birth of love, passion for cinema. I was like, I still remember, I'm coming from a small town in Quebec, where at that time there was no internet, and the way to be in contact with movies were those fan magazine, American, like a Fantastic Film or Starlog, and I still remember the shock, the impact of seeing the first pictures coming out of Blade Runner. Me and my friends, we were like in awe and so excited, and the movie was such a strong, powerful cinematic experience, something new, a new way of seeing sci-fi, and for me it's like a monument. So when I realized one day that they put in front of me the Blade Runner project screenplay, for me it was like I was very moved to have this honor to read the screenplay, but I accept to do it because I felt that Hampton Fancher, Ridley Scott, and Michael Green did a fantastic job for the screenplay. It's a very powerful screenplay, and I felt that it made sense to me, and I had the Ridley Scott blessing. But you asked me if I hesitated massively. It took me a lot of time to say yes, not because I didn't believe in it, because I was saying, who am I to dare to touch that? And at the same time, there's a part of me saying, I'm a hardcore fan. I don't want to fuck it up. I mean, it's a very.
You want to make sure it's being done right.
I have that pretentious. I said yes because I feel that I can do it. Otherwise, I would have not.
I have to ask, where and when are you going to be filming?
That I cannot say. I can't answer to you. I can say to you that it's gonna be next summer. So I will shoot next summer, but where it's still in talk.
One of the things about Blade Runner that everyone loves is the atmosphere. It's the quiet shots of the city. It's what Ridley brought to the screen. It's a place you want to go and experience. How much are you thinking already about the atmosphere that you are going to put on screen? And
it's a huge challenge because you don't want to cut and paste. Otherwise, why? And at the same time, you have to respect what was done. So it's gonna find the right equilibrium between being faithful to the first one and bringing something new in the same time that will make sense to the Blade Runner universe. I mean, my answer is very boring right now, but it's a big, massive challenge to be able to. I'm totally aware of the huge challenge. It's a risk. I know that every single fan will walk into the theater will walk in with a baseball bat. I'm aware of that, and I respect that.
Right.
And it's okay with me because I'm making cinema. It's art. Art is risk, and I have to take risk, and it's gonna be the biggest risk of my life. But I'm okay with that. For me, it's very exciting. It's the biggest challenge for a filmmaker. As a filmmaker, it's gonna be my biggest challenge. But it's just so inspiring. I'm so inspired. That's all I can say. I was dreaming to do sci-fi since I'm 10 years old.
No,
I said no to a lot of sequels. I was offered numerous kind of movie that I said no because I felt that was not really. I couldn't say no to that Blade Runner project. I love it too much. So I said, all right, fuck it. I will do it and give everything I have to make it great. That's what can I say.
One of the things about Blade Runner is that there are multiple cuts. There's the director's cut.
Yeah.
There are so many cuts. How does all the versions of Blade Runner that exist sort of factor into the movie you're making in terms of, do you have to have seen the original to appreciate your movie, or is there a version that you prefer that people watch before the version you're thinking about making?
Me, I was. I should say that the movie will be autonomous, and at the same time there will be some link, but I cannot talk too much about it. The only thing I can say is that I was raised with the original cut. The original version that really doesn't like
Narration.
with the narration. I mean, that's the Blade Runner I was introduced to at the beginning, and that I loved for years. And then I must say that I'm someone that appreciated the very last cut of Ridley, the ultimate version. So between those two parentheses, I don't. All the different cuts, me is the first and the last, very last, that I'm more inspired by. Yeah, I should say. And it's very. You understand that for me that project. I understand why. If I was in your shoes, I will try to ask as much questions as I can, and you understand that if you were in mine, you cannot answer.
No,
so it's the way it's like. Yeah.
The two last things, because then I gotta go. I heard that you guys are incorporating the real use of time. Like there's a time element of, say the last movie took place in the year 100, this movie takes place in the year 130. You know, like 30 years after the last one. Is that true? Not true?
I cannot tell nothing about that, unfortunately. And you know what? A thing I love, the less you guys will know, the more it's going to be interesting.
Totally.
The thing is it's a thing nowadays, because of internet, and I understand that is an enthusiasm, but me, a thing I love as a film lover is to sit in a theater not knowing a lot of things. But, and I will try to, and if we were talking to me about the last movie I just shot, or the other projects, I will have the same attitude. I'm someone who will always try to protect the surprises, and so it's going to be the same with that project. I will be very boring when it's time to give answers.
By the way, I love not knowing. The day and age we exist in now, it's unfortunate that so much is revealed. I like asking questions that are probing, but not spoiling.
Yeah, understand.
You know, like that's my thing. But I have to ask, Harrison is a part of your project.
Yes.
Was it tough to get him, or was it the script that you showed it to him and...
To be very honest with you, Harrison was part of the project before I arrived on the project. He was attached to the project right from the start with Ridley, and that I met him, and he's honestly one of the nicest human being I met, and is one of my favorite actor of all time. So for me, it's just a lot of pleasure.
I have to go, but I'm so happy you got Roger Deakins to shoot it, because I don't believe he's ever done sci-fi.
He did once, a very long time ago. He did a movie called 1984.
Oh, yes.
That in England, that is such a powerful movie. But Roger was dreaming to do sci-fi, to go back to sci-fi since a long time. And to convince him to do Blade Runner, it took me maybe 2.5 seconds. He said yes right away. I was so excited.
That's amazing. I have to go. Thank you so much, but I really mean it. Congratulations on this movie.
Okay, thank you very much.